אם המטרה לא הייתה חשובה, אבל היא מאוד חשובה.
Israel achieved air superiority over Iran. The only way of Iran to retaliate against Israel is the ballistic missiles, and the ballistic missiles will end. Israel also destroys them, and when they do end, Iran will not be able to produce more because Israel is hitting the production facilities and any movement on the road. Certainly, we will not be able to produce in scale. And that means we have no effective means of retaliation. And in such a situation, the war will have to end on Israel's terms. And Israel knows it, and that's why it doesn't have an interest to end the war now. Iran is extremely porous to hostile intelligence activities. And the reason is that the Iranian regime is extremely corrupt. And this plays to Israel's advantage. It's very easy to buy agents in Iran. And also, there are many people who oppose the regime who willingly cooperate with Israel.
مرتضی بهاری از امروز جایگاه حاضر بشه خیبر یا صهیون رو میخوام زمزمه بکنیم بعد هم برادر ارجمند آقای مهندس خاک آن عرشیست خاک آن عرشیست گلهایش زیارتنامه خواند امضا شد
و پاسخ مشروع و قدرتمند جمهوری اسلامی ایران دشمن را از اقدام احمقانه خود پشیمان خواهد کرد.
Israeli policymakers, I believe, understand very well that you cannot decide for other nations who will rule them. But what Israel can do is to weaken the repressive apparatus of the Iranian regime enough to give the people who oppose the regime a chance to do their move. But Israel cannot decide when and how it will happen, nor it can engineer a regime change in Iran, and I believe everybody understands it very well.
اسرائیل بیریش مرگت فرا رسیده مرگ بر اسرائیل مرگ بر آمریکا دشمن شهیدم شهادتت مبارک هوا فضای این همه لشکر آمده به عشق رهبران.
Iran has many ethnic minorities who do not want to be part of the Iranian state, certainly not under a very repressive centralized regime. And these are the Baluchis and the Arabs and the Kurds and many others. And they are held together by a system of terror and fear. So if Israel will strike both the central command and control facilities of the regime and the local facilities of command and control, it may be that in the future, without Israeli involvement or Israeli engineering, the Iranian regime will have to deal with many local uprisings and will have less time to deal with Israel and with terrorizing the Middle East. Israel was able so far to destroy the Iranian ring of fire around it. This ring of proxies, with 6 armies, to quote the late Qasem Soleimani, that surrounded Israel and encircled it. Israel did not destroy Hezbollah, but diminished Hezbollah greatly. The Houthis are a nuisance, and Hamas is greatly depleted, and it's able only to stage guerrilla war in Gaza, but not really more than that. The only reason that Hamas is not fully destroyed is the hostages, in my opinion, because Israel is very careful not to hit areas where hostages are likely to be. These are the Baluchis and the Arabs and the Kurds and many others. I see the new Middle East, after Iran is put in its place, let alone if there is a regime change, and we hope for such a regime change, as a multipolar balance of power, which Israel is a part. Israel will never dominate the Middle East. Israel will never be an empire. I don't think that it wants to be an empire. Israel wants to be a respected regional power which has a stake in the region.